Alrighty, what's up, collectors? This is Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and Queen Studios announced in our 1/6 scale The Dark Knight Joker preview. Now, this is the first 1/6 scale figure that they've actually shown in greater detail versus teasing us. So let's go ahead and dive into it before we jump on their website. Queen Studios go on to say, we're proud to share with you an early look at the much anticipated 1/6 Heath Ledger The Dark Knight Joker, the first collectible 6-scale figure from InArt. Let us know what you think of the clown prince of crime so far in the comments. P.S. More news will be revealed in the future. Stay tuned. There are a couple of things that I want to point out on this figure, and I'm just waking up and I've not seen many opinions on this, so I don't want my opinions to be swayed. One thing to note between the two right away, this is rooted hair. We're going to go ahead and zoom in. We've got a rooted hair situation going on here, and I love the blend of the makeup application here as well. That looks really good. Another thing to note, it looks as if to me we're also using the purse system. Note how he's sort of looking out of this section of his face, but there's another argument that I want to make, and I want to see what you all think about that as well. And those hands, the paint applications on this, oh my goodness. It feels as if I'm looking at a human's hand. It genuinely does. I love the fact that it looks as if that he was maybe balling his fists up or something at one point and then chose to unflex or, point. That looks great. That's just one thing to note on this figure alone. Now, as we start to move on over to the next image here, we have the sculpt hair, if you will, and the paint jobs are a little bit different. This looks a little bit cleaner, right? Versus, we have the, looks like the makeup here sort of dissipating a little bit. I feel like this is going to be a bit more premium than this one, actually. I feel like this is going to be the cheaper version for those of us who aren't looking to pick up that I can't even say almost lifelike. This is extremely lifelike. I do feel like I'm looking at Heath Ledger. Here you can tell it's more of a figure versus this. So I do think that there are going to be two different versions. I think, and it's not going to be like collectors versus deluxe or anything like that. I genuinely think it'll be two pieces that are going to be vastly different from each other. Again, unless this is like, we could be looking at prototypes, but they did not mark the image anywhere as a prototype. So with the way that they shared this, it does seem as if just looking at the paint jobs alone, we'll be getting different figures. So let me know what you all think about that down below. If you think I'm crazy, if you would like for that to happen, because maybe we're in the same boat here and you wouldn't mind the sculpt hair versus rooted hair. Now, right out of the gate, because these hands look really good too, right out of the gate, this figure is not going to be cheap. In fact, I will probably say this is a $375 plus figure. In comparison to this, I will probably say if it's utilizing the purse system and it's got the rooted hair, or this face could be exclusive to this sort of rooted hair that we have here on the Joker. If it's not the purse system, I still think this is going to be higher. Obviously, we have the rooted hair and it's very realistic. I think you're going to be looking at about $450 plus in comparison to this. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but we've got all of this tailoring going on. We've got this overcoat, we've got the undercoat, we've got the vest. All of this stuff is not cheap. The material for that is not cheap. Regardless, I do think that this will be a very expensive piece. One other thing that I want to note, I wish that whoever took these photos provided higher resolution images, because this isn't really looking the best in terms of sharpness. Now, I would love to know more about the body. Do we have butterfly joints? Are these going to be double jointed? I know he wasn't exactly running a marathon, but for those of us who want to be very expressive with our pieces, that's another thing that, we got to ask, hey, if this is not a double jointed body, why is the price a little bit higher than we think it should be? So I'm really hoping that this is a premium body as well. I mean, obviously it's going to be a premium piece, but We don't want them skimping out on a lot of those finer details, right? I also want to point out some of the texturing here on the vest. That little bit of weathering, it's very, very nice. Looks really good. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Looks like we're gonna have a slight fat suit, unless there's something going on there with the arm. It could just be a little bit straighter, but here it doesn't look as if it's a fat suit. So yeah, maybe they just didn't crumple up this side of the piece. And I see that this is unfastened. I wonder if, in order to get that under the jacket there, or the coat rather, I would like to know, okay, how do we fasten that? Is there going to be a magnetic clamp, or is there just a clamp underneath there? That would be interesting to know as well. So let me know your thoughts down below. It looks fantastic. This, I'm going to say 350 plus, and I'm going to say this is 450 plus, and I'm going to stick to my guns with this being an exclusive portrait, maybe utilizing the purse system. It would be beautiful if they allowed the purse system with both pieces, but I wouldn't be mad because I have my stoic expression. I would like the standard hands, whatever the weapon hands are, relaxed hands, and the fists should be standard with everything, and whatever work with the weapons and pieces that this piece come with. So I have very, very high hopes for Queen Studios. Shout out to the community manager. I know that having to jump into the 1/6 figure realm, that had to have been a huge shock yesterday, dealing with all of the influx of collectors. So I hope that you are prepared for that, friend. Welcome, and shout out to whoever that is behind the Queen Studios social account, because they do an incredible job making everybody feel inclusive. So shout out to them. Now, before we actually end the video, I do want to point out it's important to go and check out their website to get more of a feel for the quality of the product that they put out. Very, very, very high quality. And another thing that I'd like to point out as well, when you look at the coming soon page, this is another reason to be a little nervous about these figures, because while they're very expensive, let's just say Captain America, right? So you can RSVP to get a pre-order notification, but these things sell out very quickly. They don't make a lot of them. They're not like Hot Toys where they overproduce, or they produce enough in order to, you know, have people happy for 3 years to come. You know, Mark 85, Battle Damage Mark 85. And once these pieces are made, I've not seen them reissue anything yet. So with this Loki life-size bust, I know we're comparing apples to oranges, but pay attention to this, because if you look, there are only 28 left. Would you be upset if Queen Studios decided to do edition sizes? Me personally, I would love if they did that, because it makes my figure feel that much more. It makes it feel more like a collectible, if you will. Would you be okay if they decided to do sort of, not necessarily a deluxe, but two different versions of this Joker? One with the rooted hair for a little bit higher in comparison to the sculpt hair on the Joker. Let me know what you think down below. I need to hear everything that you all are thinking about. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. Stay tuned. We have more videos coming. We'll see you next time.